Hey guys, and welcome to the final part of Super Mario 64 DS. Well, technically, it's the final part. There is a bonus video, but otherwise, this is the final part. And somehow, I missed this. So we couldn't get all the red coins here because the very last red coin required Wario. And then after I did my cleanup, after I unlocked Wario, we completely ignored this one. By ignored, I mean forgot. So we're back in the Big Boo fight level, whatever it is you call this. We gotta collect all the red coins once again, whilst also trying to memorize which is the correct door. One thing's for certain, it's not that one. Luckily, I believe every single door does. It might do, but you want to go in the one that's opposite Mario's hat. So that'll give you a clue as to where you go the first time round. After this, I can vaguely remember where it is I needed to go. Vaguely, not totally. Despite that, you are probably better off having Mario with you for this bit. Like, grab the Mario cap. Because you kind of need the balloon power up in order to get to this one red coin here. You can get it with Luigi's backflip, which is what I do. The only problem is that you are going to fall down into the pit, which sends you back to the beginning again. I mean, it's better than dying, because it looks like it should kill you, but it doesn't. Yeah, it comes with the expense of it bringing you back here. At least once you know which door you've got to go through, then you can't really get it wrong again after that. So there is that. That's a positive. There's nothing else in here. I don't need the Vanish Cat. Why am I going for the Vanish Cat? Or am I just trying to remember which door? Okay. It's a good thing I remembered which door it was. That was close. I just used the platforms. Platform such as extra life, which I don't need. I'd like to think, what would have my final life counter have been if I actually didn't accidentally go back to the title screen that one time and reset my lives. So that's the advantage of having this on the Wii U. You can just go, once you leave the game, it just goes into a suspend point. You don't actually need to, so you'll never lose all your lives. Because that is one of the, you might gather up a load of lives in any other version of the game, but then once you've finished, you know, you might have gotten a load of lives in the previous level, and then next up, Tick-Tock Clock. I gotta stop now. Go back into the game afterwards. You're playing Tick-Tock Clock with 4 lives. Anyway, we don't need to fight Big Boo again. Instead, we have just. Well, we have one final area left to go before we enter Bowser. Bowser's level, that is. We have one final area to go before we enter Bowser's level. And that is kind of like the first Wing Cat mission we did, only this one is more difficult and way more annoying. And it is opposite Rainbow Ride. I mean, it too involves a load of rainbows and you're up in the sky and lots of clouds. Thing is, the entryways look exactly the same as each other, so you're never really sure which is the correct way to be going. Simply put, it's the one on the left. But it is kind of impossible to tell otherwise. Because they both look exactly the same. That did not go well. Come on, Mario. That clock is really loud. I mean, it's a clock. Most clocks are loud. Drop in here. This is attempt number 2. Because the really annoying thing about this mission is that, unlike in the first Wing Cat mission, if you fell down, it would just take you back to the entry room. It would take you to the main area in Peach's Castle, which is where you entered the level from. This one doesn't do that. It doesn't simply push you out of the thingy-mahooga, push you out of the hole, like you would in Rainbow Ride. No, this sends you all the way back to the moat outside of Peach's Castle. And then you have to make your way all the way back. Back into the castle. Back to the top floor. Back up to the level. Just to try it all over again. Whose idea was that? I really hate... because they seem to like to do that for this game. It's like when you're in the Metal Cap level, where you have that really fast moving stream, if that sends you back out into the mode. Even that giant door in Dire Docks will send it once it's open. It'll be shut for the first mission, but once you've cleared the Bowser submission, that will always be open, and it sucks you in. And if you fall through that, it sends you out into the mode. Why? Why does it have to do that? So you gotta make use of the cannons here if you want to actually get anywhere. That looks like it should have hurt, but then again, it usually looks like Mario should really have taken a lot of head damage by this point. I mean, technically he does he hits a block with his hand, with his fist, rather than his head, but even so. There are definitely times where things do hit his head, and that's like, Mario, you feeling okay there, buddy? I really hate this power-up. The red star in Galaxy is just so much better. But you only use it for one level. And after that, it's just a way of getting extra lives, which, let's face it, in Galaxy, you don't really need. Not only is it easier, but every time you boot up the game, you get given a bunch of lives anyway. But still, it's like it's what this wing cap should have been, and then you use it for one level. So, couldn't we just have some level design that works around it? That's what all the other power-ups in Galaxy do. That was close as well. That was really close. I still never know how long the wing cap's gonna last for. It lasts way longer than the other power-ups, but even so, I do get nervous. Because you're never sure exactly how long it's gonna last. This red coin right here is really annoying. Gotta try and get the angle just right. Otherwise that tends to happen. Your alternative method is this. But even so, the camera really doesn't work with you here. That was even closer. Yeah, so you can walk on these clouds. Any of the grey clouds that are kind of transparent looking, you can't land on them. You'll just go right through them. I think there's only like 2 of them, even so. Does this make sense? Fire underwater, fire underwater. It's a Mario game. Like this one. They look a lot more solid on DS, which can be misleading. They're way more noticeable in the original. One of the few times where original beats out remake when it comes to the graphics. And the main problem with this is that a lot of the time the graphics can look quite ugly when you see them on a big screen, which is an issue when you're playing on the Wii U. Alright, now I gotta safely get up there. So all the way back up in the middle. Sadly that cannon is not enough. That shot was barely enough to get up to here. Alright, let's try that again. Oh no! But a good ground pound gets me there and gets me a star. But this is Super Mario 64 DS. So every area that originally only had 1 power star now has 2. You may have noticed the big black block. Well, if you thought that it was dangerous trying to avoid falling down below and heading outside of Peach's castle before, well, now you gotta fire yourself out of the cannon without the wing cap. Just one incorrect shot and you're going down. Luckily, there is a tree. There's a tree that can help you out, but if you misaim this, you're going down, and you're going back outside Peach's castle, and you're going to make your way up again to get yourself another chance. See, I barely made that. That was way too high. Lovely camera work. Which summarizes Super Mario 64 really well, actually, with sarcasm. Lovely camera. But that's it, there's only 2 Power Stars left to get. And they are both in the Bowser level. Make our way up the stairs. One final door awaits. I believe you can come through this door if you don't have enough Power Stars, but when you go up these stairs, the stairs just keep repeating themselves. Like, it's the endless staircase. I thought it was something you could only see if you glitch in there, but no, I think the door, like we see Mario didn't get out any star. Like, as long as you have like the minimum number of stars to get to Tick-Tock Clock and Rainbow Ride, then you can go through that door, but it won't get you anywhere. So welcome to Bowser Level 3. I call it that because I don't remember what the name of the level is. I think it's something like Bowser in the Sky or something like that. I'm trying to work with this platform here whilst going against the camera. There are pits. Luckily the block came back out. Now, the first Bowser level wasn't too bad. Bowser and the Fire Sea, however, was an absolute nightmare. Yeah, look, this entire level, red coins, Switch Star, one try. I fall down a few times, but otherwise, one try. This level is nothing compared to Bowser in the Fire Sea. It's not even close. This level is just so much easier. There isn't really any difference to any of the other Bowser levels, really. You know, the camera doesn't get stuck on anything. So there is that. It's just it's basically just like a load of stone things in the middle of nowhere. It's like the Bowser levels are where the budget ran out. I mean, you could say a lot of the games levels are kind of in the middle of nowhere. Tiny Huge Island is just in the middle of the sea. Womp's Fortress is just floating in the sky. But at least most of the other levels, it looks like it's part of a bigger area. Snowman lands in the middle of a bunch of mountains. Dire Dire Docks. Dire Dire Docks is in like is in a building. Like it's in an actual building. Bob-omb Battlefield is, well, a field with a big again surrounded by a fair few mountains. Get out of my way! It's a good thing I can do that. This is not Galaxy, where that would be instant death. So that's the case with Galaxy. In the Galaxy games, swamps and womps, if they crush you, you die. Crushing is instant death in the Galaxy games. It's not like you lose a little piece of health. But I guess that's also just because in the Galaxy games your health meter is greatly reduced. Like you only get 3 points of health, whereas this one in Sunshine you get 8. Although even Sunshine is generally more generous. Because I think some bosses are the exception, but otherwise everything in Sunshine just hurts you 1 piece of damage. Whereas here it all varies depending on the enemy. Even in Sunshine, I don't think it matters how far you fall. You'll only ever lose 1 piece of health, whereas in this game, the amount of health you lose will vary depending on how great the fall is. I don't think you can lose any more than half, but it's still a lot regardless. Darn that sprint maneuver. It's so pointless. There are times where you do appreciate how the characters do a ridiculously slow walk when you first start moving without the run button held down. You question it, why do they move so slowly, but it does actually help in certain cases. I mean, I don't get it, why do they walk so slowly at first, but oh well, if it gets me results like that, I don't care. Now that is the wrong way of how to get up there, but whatever. Try not to grab a hold of every single ledge. Yeah, it looks like there's a red coin floating out in space. I don't know why it does that. Even there, it still doesn't look like there's one floating out in space. Like, is that it? Is that it? Is it because the map changes, but so does the position of it on the screen? Let's go, Mario! Come on, what are you waiting for? Right, gotta be careful here, because the things do make you slide. It's like, this is fine. We're trying to get over this thing. I believe that's, yep, that's the only one with a red coin. Lovely camera work. Ah! I don't know why I was waiting there. Nor do I know what that sound was. Ah! Make your way up here. When you can find yourself. Get back out. Thank you. Well, that long jump didn't go very spectacularly now, did it? Come on. There we go. One red coin left to get. We're so nearly there. Come on. It's so weird with how long the camera... Like, if you keep moving, the camera can take forever to actually reset. But again, I adore this camera reset. It was something that was added in Sunshine, I believe, and then they brought it back for Super Mario 64 DS, and that camera reset is the reason why this is the superior version. Among other things, but more than anything else, it is because of that camera. That reset. Unlike Sunshine, it doesn't come at the expense of your long jump. Right, the wind stops. Make your way around the pipe. And here it is. The final star. 150 power stars. That is every single power star in Super Mario 64 DS. So let's head on down to face the big boy once more. That's just fine. I've been looking for something to fry with my fire breath. Yes? You're going to carry on? Your star power is useless against me. Your friends are all trapped in the walls. And you'll never see the princess again. Alright. Third verse, same as the first. Just swing him around. Which, as we all know, I am really bad at. So long, Bowser! No, that was so close as well. It was really close. You gotta try and get around him. Grab his tail. Sometimes Bowser will spit fire into the air and then a load of fire will rain down. What you gotta watch out for, only I could miss a point blank range. So to pay the price... Oh no! He doesn't do that every time. If you keep chucking him off, he won't do that every single time he lands. Well, that didn't work. But yeah, it doesn't even take you out of the level, it just takes you back there. You again? Yeah, seriously. This is attempt number 3. Because I did die again. But yeah, when he shoots the fire up into the air, he will, sometimes, most of the fire is just orange and it just sort of stays there. But it will also spit out either green or blue fire, I think it varies depending on which version you're playing. And then that sort of then splits off into a bunch of small fire small fires and then go off in like a triangle. So then you've got to watch out for it. Which is annoying because it is like the moment. Really? It looks like I should just be able to swing him into it. That's better. Anyway, whatever I was saying. Oh yeah, because it's like a good moment to grab his tail. I think when you're playing the original version of the game, the fire technically spawns in the moment his animation begins. If I recall correctly, which I'm probably not. See, now that is a good shot. So long, Gay Bowser! Now he somehow makes the floor fall apart. Ow. So it's a little bit trickier now, because not only do we have fewer bombs to aim at, we've also got to do it from further away. You can try to reset the camera while you're spinning around, it's not very easy. But it was enough! Doesn't look like that should have worked, but it worked, and that's it! That is Super Mario 64 DS done! No! You've really beaten me this time, Mario. I can't stand always losing to you. Then get yourself a job! That's all you ever do! My troops, worthless. They've turned over all the power stars. That is a question. Wait, say that again. There are 150 in all? What? There were some in the castle that I missed? Now I see peace returning to the world. I really hate that. It's so horrible. I can't watch. I'm out of here. Just you wait until next time. Until then, keep that touchscreen smoking. Whoa, And then a massive power star. This one doesn't count towards your final total though. Unlike the other games. It gives you a wing cap instead. And that's the only time we see the sparkly triple jump. And that's your reward for collecting all 120 power stars in the original. You don't get that here. You do sort of get a prize. But it's not much of a prize, if I'm honest. We'll see that at the end.
Yoshi! The power of the stars is restored to the castle. And it's all thanks to you. Thank you all. We have to do something special for you.
Here we go!
Listen. Let's bake a delicious cake. For my heroes. Yoshi!
And that is it. And I love this credits theme so much. That ending is going to be slightly different depending on how many characters you've rescued. You will have Mario by default, because he's the only one that can face Bowser, but Luigi and Wario, not necessarily. What I'm curious, though, is... I don't know when Peach's current voice actress started the role. But I know she voiced her in Sunshine. Maybe she did it for one of the spin-offs on the 64, I'm not sure. Did they bring the original voice actress back just for this? Because there is new dialogue there. And she pronounces it as Yoshi. And now we just see little images of the levels. Complete with Mario, he is there in the levels themselves. Not sure if he's supposed to be there. Like he is there. Not sure if that's right, but whatever. Super Mario 64 DS. I still can easily say this is the best version of the game. I really don't like the original. Firstly, I want to know how many times I've said the word original in this entire Let's Play. But yeah, the original version of Super Mario 64, it starts off fine, but then the controls and the camera have just aged so poorly. It was revolutionary in 1996. If you ask me, it's awful in 2020. It's a shame that that's the version that's on 3D All-Stars, but what can you do? I'm amazed this game even got ported to the Wii U. It's like Nintendo barely acknowledged DS. Which is a shame, but again, it has to be either on a 3DS or a Wii U. Don't play this on a normal DS, because you then don't have the analog control. You're stuck with the D-pad, and it just does not feel right. It still feels better than using the touchscreen controls. Definitely don't do that. But yeah, play it on the Wii U, play it on the 3DS, which is the one you're more likely to own, and you're in for a great time. It still suffers from a few problems. You know, the controls still aren't perfect. It feels more natural, but they certainly still aren't perfect, and I still find that some moves don't seem quite as responsive. I had the hardest time ever pulling off the somersault in this version, which I could do no issue on original. But I love the addition of the playable characters. I don't know why Mario is the only one that can wall jump. You think Luigi could do it, and it's kind of annoying that Yoshi can't punch anything, but these are minor issues. You know, I love all the additional stars. And because the credits were rolling and I wasn't doing anything, my Wii U, I think I need to change that. The screen goes dark after a few minutes. And that's it. And depending on how many characters you've rescued, it will also affect how many of them appear on that cake. The game would end here, by the way. Like, that final image on the bottom screen is what you will get on the original, and you will have to reset the game afterwards. Mario 64 is one of those where it doesn't take you back to the title screen. Here it does, thankfully. You just press the button and there you go. There is a lot of lag in that final shot. You're welcome, Mario. I don't know what 4-2 playing my game means, but you're welcome. I have enjoyed 4-2 playing your game. Becomes the staple after that. He says that in every 3D game. Not 2 playing my game, they fix that part. And there we go. I do wonder one thing though. Bowser says that he missed some stars. So did he miss all 150 of them and those are the extra ones I've collected, in which case where are all the others? Or is he talking about like the castle superstars and the like? Is that what he means? Is he just talking about the ones in the castle? And that's my guess, but even some of them are still in paintings. Especially in this version. I don't think there is any extra paintings in the original version. There's the stained glass window you can go through, but other than that, that's it. Anyway, once you collect all 120/50 power stars, this cannon will now be open. No bob on, buddy. And you can make your way up here, up to the top of the castle, apart from that one tower. And you will find 3 extra lives and the wing cap. That's it. That's your reward for collecting all 150 stars. Is 3 lives. And this. You don't even get the sparkly triple jump like you did in the original. You got a sparkly triple jump that negated fall damage. You don't get that here. You do lose the power up when you go into the castle as well. Okay, there is technically one more thing, and it turns out I was wrong. There's actually like 3 rabbits that I've somehow missed. I don't know how this has happened. One of these rabbits, okay, I didn't miss it. You have to get 150 stars to get it. It's for Luigi. It's on top of the castle. So we're going to get that one now. But the last two I'm going to be getting in the next part. And because I'm all over the place in that part, I don't even know how to edit it. We'll show off the mini-games in the next video. Only a few of them. I couldn't be bothered to do them all. I just don't find the mini-games that interesting. And then 2 times I had to stop because I'm like, oh wait, I'm missing a pair of rabbits. So it's only going to be a short video. But we come up here with Luigi, we can find his final rabbit. What is otherwise, if I didn't miss any, the final rabbit in the game. So what happened there? Oh, you want to race? What? Mangy Moustache Man caught me? I really have to train harder. What are you calling mangy? By the way, in the previous cutscene, Peach kisses Mario on the nose. Luigi did half the work. I suppose, like, between the 4 of them, Luigi did like half the work. Yoshi did some, Mario did a bit, Wario barely did anything. And you can see it on Luigi's face during the cutscene. But that is it. That is Super Mario 64 DS. But one question still remains then. What do you get for collecting all 120 stars on the original? Well, let's find out, shall we? So we are in the original Super Mario 64 now, for the final time, thank God. I will forever emphasize that I don't like this game. DS, great. This, no. Compared to Sunshine, though. Sunshine is the better game when it comes to just going after Bowser. But, and I kind of feel you have to do this every time. This is the better game. Sunshine, this is probably the better one to 100%, maybe, I'm not sure. Hey look, it's Yoshi! The only time we see him in this version of the game, and he's quite big actually.
Mario! Is that really you? It has been so long since our last adventure. They told me that if I wait up here... They told me I might see if you wait up here, but I'm just about giving up hope. Is it true? Have you really beaten Bowser and restored the stars to the castle? And saved the princess? I knew you could do it. Now I have a very special message for you.
Thanks for playing Super Mario 64. This is the end of the game, but not the end of the fun. The Super Mario 64 team. Can't move while this is happening, by the way. It gives you 99 lives. I don't know if you go into a level, come out, collect a star, and then save the game as to whether or not Yoshi will then appear at the top of the castle every time. Because otherwise, how are you supposed to get back your 100 lives if it resets each time? Otherwise, it's pointless. Because what do you need this for? You've already collected all the stars. I don't need 100 lives. What if I already had 100 lives? I think this is the only Mario game where the counter actually goes to 100 rather than 99. It's supposed to get a sparkly triple jump, but it didn't want to work while I had the wing cap. It usually does, but it didn't want to work, so I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter if my triple jump's invincible or not, because I can glide. I mean, this is the first time we're seeing the outside of Peach's castle in original. It's pretty much the same thing otherwise. Just less detailed. But at the same time, less pixelated. But yeah, so one last time, Super Mario 64 DS, great. Super Mario 64 not DS, not great. I know so many people do love Super Mario 64 and they don't like the DS version, but to me, this game has just aged too poorly. It's very much a product of its time. DS fixes some of it, when on the right control system. And there you go, that negates full damage. But that's it though. Wasn't able to perform it then, so that did not negate full damage. But we do have one last little bit to do. We're just going to showcase a couple of the mini-games in the next part. But otherwise, that is the end of Super Mario 64 DS. The end of Super Mario 64. We can move on to other things as soon as I've decided what that is. So, I will see you guys next time.